Welcome back to our weekly dates where I just ramble and you guys just listen. Give me comments and feedbacks about how crazy I sound. I am feeling so much better, which is wonderful because it's just in time for my friend's birthday party, right? She just turned 40 and I wouldn't miss it for the world. The weather here in Miami, it's cooler now. So this thing, oh my gosh, this thing is outside. So I'm wearing a jacket so I don't, get any worse and I continue getting better. There's not much house updates to give you because obviously I've been sick, so I haven't been doing any type of work. The only thing that I could update you guys on is, well, basically, you know that I've been binge watching TV shows as I've been recuperating and I've been off. And I've watched everything, but one of my favorite shows that I watched was Valeria. And if you don't know what Valeria is, it's like a Sex in the City, but from Spain. Now, a fun fact about me is I'm like Spain obsessed with their series, with their food, with their country. I've applied to jobs there. It's like my lifelong dream to move there. So if I can do it, I will do it. I'm obsessed with their men. I'm obsessed with all kinds of men, but I'm very obsessed with the Spaniards. Like that accent. Hello, Max Iglesias. Contact me on my Instagram, whichever one you prefer. I will answer. I don't care. There's a 7-year difference between you and I, but I think we would make some great babies. Just saying. So I was watching Valeria, right? And I love that show. Not only are the women and the men beautiful and everything, but the storyline is really good. And there's several relationships that you're like, oh my god, that's so sweet, and I got all emotional, like, oh, I would like that for myself, or like, oh, that connection is so beautiful. And then there was also some connections that you're like, no, get away. I'm not repeating that again. Those red flags were there, and you're like, so you felt everything. I'm the type of person that when I read something or when I see something, I get really invested and I feel it, like, and it reminds me of certain situations, certain people that I've felt that with. So I'm like super invested. And after I was done, I was like, I need to get on a dating app. And I did. Because let's face it, guys, I am home most of the time. And when I go out, I don't go hunting, right? I'm not a hunter outside. I don't linger eye contact with anybody. If I'm there with friends, I'm really dedicating myself to friends, but I know that that's not conducive to meeting or being approachable, right? So I'm not a hunter, but also I don't get approached that often. I wonder why. Is it the resting bitch face? Is it the no eye contact? So and no one's gonna come to my door and knock and say, hey, I heard you're single. Do you wanna like grab some coffee sometime? It's not happened yet to anybody. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put myself on a dating app. And so I am. I've talked to several people. Let's see, I'm being very open-minded without being extremely open-minded. Like there's things about me that I'm like, but there's things that I'm like, okay, you could be a little bit more lax about those items. So I also watch The Diplomat, but that doesn't mean that I'm influenced to running for government. I could be, you never know. So that is my update for now, but I'm gonna go to my friend's party and I will see if I'm allowed to. I was cleaning my home when my best friend called me and said, let's go to the beach. I didn't even hesitate. I got off my ladder, I dropped my cloth, and I went to go change into my bathing suit just to enjoy this wonderful day with her. I had a great idea. I have these curtain rods in my closet, one that's more like a simple black, and one that is like the one in Olivia's room that was hanging in my living room. And I'm thinking of hanging the curtain rod up here. I know the windows are going to get changed soon. I think we're just waiting for one more window to come in. But I think it would be pretty to have the curtain rod there and some like gauzy curtains. Nothing that's like dark. But sometimes I do need to, I'm changing in here and the blinds are open. And something just to cover it for a little bit. So I'm thinking of going to IKEA, and today Ruben is going to drop off Olivia. So I'm going to have him put up a curtain rod for me. And I think I'm going to go with this brown one
because the black doesn't really go. It's too simple for the area. I know that I did buy it for, let's see. I bought it for this one, but this makes sense, right? Because there's not a lot of space. And the big ball was the one that was bothering it. So I'm gonna do the ball one there. Very similar to Olivia's room. Today I'm cleaning, you guys. Sorry for the mess. See? Olivia's room has the big ball one. And I like these curtains. They're very feminine, but I was thinking more of like a gauzy, straight one. Because this might be a little bit too girly for my room. Plot twist. I thought this one could get smaller if I remove the middle part, but it's not going to be possible because this and the other side don't connect without the middle portion. So we're not doing that one. We're going to use the black one. This one I know for sure will fit in that area. And I'm not going to spend more money on buying something else when I already have something here. So let's go to IKEA. I already knew exactly what I wanted. I had seen it at my mom's house. We bought it for her place. And no doubt in my mind, I knew that that was the one for my room. The best thing is that it was on sale for $17.99. So it was definitely coming home with mama. Back from my IKEA trip, and I got that rug and the pad to put underneath and this rug to put on top of that one to layer it. For this little section of the closet, I'm going to start putting it together little by little, and we're starting with that. It gives that like dreamy, but it's still light filtering, and I love the look of it. Are we loving the vibes in this room? Is it starting to feel like a, I don't know, exotic place? I'm loving my room. I'm a very, very, very happy girl right now. Now, who wants to come and paint? Those who saw my stories know exactly what happened. I decided to just give myself a quick little trim because they were getting in my face and I've always wanted them. And me being impatient was like, no, I'm not gonna wait for the hairdresser. I'm just gonna cut them myself, and I did. This weekend was great. My friend's birthday party was wonderful. It was so nice to just celebrate her. She's such a beautiful person. She is one of the friends that I first made when I moved to Miami when I was 18. And our friendship has survived the test of time. So it was great to be there for her 40th. The environment was great. I've been to Regatta Grove one time, but the place is nice, but just the people that were there, I knew a lot of her friends and her husband's friends, and it was just comfortable. I met some new ones, and it was just a great time. So obviously I didn't record anything, but I will pop a picture here of my time there, obviously with permission granted. Yesterday I went to the beach with one of my best friends and her family, and it was such a good time. The beach was perfect. We couldn't get inside the water because of the riptides, but the sun was out and there was a breeze, and we didn't even feel hot at all. Like I burned like right here, and we didn't feel it. It didn't feel hot. It was just like a nice chilling weather, and we stayed much longer than what we expected. That's what happens when you have good company and good weather and a good environment. And then I was wearing a brand new suit that I had purchased for I had originally planned for my 40th birthday, a trip on a ship, and it had to get canceled. So I was like, let me wear this bathing suit. And I was like really truly feeling myself yesterday. I felt good in my body. I felt good in everything. And I was like happy. This weekend was just what the doctor ordered. I feel like my soul needed that bond, that connection with these very special people. People that I love and people that love me back. And so it's just what my soul needed. today was a day of getting your house clean. So I cleaned it up. I did laundry. I put it away. I ran to IKEA. Everything is put. I'm ready for the new week. I'm waiting for the last meeting of the day, and I'm done, you guys. I am fried. This morning, I went on my walk, and I was listening to this podcast, The Diaries of a CEO, and he had a special guest, like the sex therapist. Well, actually, she's a urologist, so she's an actual doctor, but obviously she specified, her field is sex related, right? And your organs and all this stuff. So I listened to the podcast and it was so insightful. I actually wanted to share it on my personal Instagram, but then I was like, Jesus Christ, my family listens to, follows and sees my stories, and my uncles and my aunts, and here I am sharing about how many times you should masturbate or not. It was amazing. I listened to it and I learned so much. It was 2 hours long, but worth it. And then here I'm thinking, talking about how people are not comfortable talking about these things. They're so taboo, even with your relationships and your partners. And I'm like, I don't find it taboo. I want to talk about it. I'm very comfortable in talking about things and all that stuff, and I enjoy it. And that's why I wanted to share it. But then I was like, wait a minute. You're not even answering messages on a dating app. When was the last time you logged in? When was the last time you responded to people? You've left them hanging there. And I suck at this. I suck at the dating app. I suck at having to decide by a couple pictures if I want to start a conversation with you or not. Left or right. Who am I to judge you? I mean, I might say no, but then I'm like, oh, well, I didn't give him a chance and I'm not really even attracted to you. So I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. It's too much. I don't think I can take this pressure, and that's why I'm not doing it. But how am I supposed to have these insightful conversations if I can't share them with my friends on social media? But then I'm not dating anybody, so I can share with them either. Darn it. Yeah, guys, I haven't even logged in for days, so let us see how this whole dating thing goes. Wish me luck.